So when we want to multiply two polynomials, what we need to do is make sure that every term in the first polynomial multiplies every term in the second polynomial. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to distribute each term from the first through the second, and then we'll collect like terms at the end. So I think before I do these, I'm going to do one more example because sometimes one of our polynomials will just be a monomial, which is a little bit nicer. So let's go ahead and make one up. So let's say I have 6x squared multiplying by x squared minus x plus 4. Okay, so the 6x squared is going to multiply or distribute to the three terms inside the parentheses. So I'm going to have 6x squared times x squared. So that's 6x to the fourth. And I'll have 6x squared times negative x. So that'll be negative 6. And then x, remember, multiply the bases, add the exponents. So there's a 1 hanging out there. So 6x cubed. And then finally, 6x squared times the 4. So that'll be 24x squared. Okay, so now we're going to do that for if we have, right, a binomial times a binomial. So again, I want the 8x squared has to multiply everything in the second set, the second polynomial. So the 8x squared is going to multiply, and I'm going to kind of write it out for some gory detail. It has to multiply the 2x plus the 3. And then the 7x also wants to multiply the 2x plus 3. Okay. So, and then right within here, I'm going to distribute the 8x squared. So we're going to get 16x cubed, and then plus, what do I get? 24x squared. So now the 8x squared has gone through. So now we'll do the next one. So I have 7x times 2x. So that's plus 14x squared. And then the 7x also multiplies the 3. So that'll be plus 21x. Right? So when we're multiplying those, the two terms together, right, we multiply the coefficient parts and then we do our exponent properties on the variable parts. So the 7 times 2 is the 14, and then x times x is x squared. Okay, and now we're going to collect our like terms. So 16x cubed, and then 24 plus 14. Remember, we add our coefficients, so that'll be plus 38x squared. The variable and its power stay the same, and then plus 21x. Okay. So on our next one, I have a binomial times a trinomial, but it's the same idea. I need the two terms in the x minus 4. Each of these has to multiply everything over in the second polynomial. So I need the x to multiply everything, so 6x squared minus x plus 7. And I need the negative 4 to multiply all of those terms. Okay. So, and then we're going to just distribute. So x times 6x squared, 6x cubed, minus x squared, plus 7x. So now the x has gone all the way through, so now we're going to do the same thing with the negative 4. Minus 24x squared, so the negative 4 multiplies the 6. Negative 4 times negative x is plus 4x. And then minus 28. And then collect your like terms, so 6x cubed. And then minus x squared minus 24x squared will be minus 25x squared. And 7x plus 4x is plus 11x. And then minus 28. So this that I'm putting a box around right now is equivalent to where we started. We've just multiplied it out. In fact, if you were to evaluate either of these for a given x value, you'd get the same thing, right? Whether it's right in its factored form or all multiplied out. Okay, last one. So 2x minus 7 quantity squared. So when I say squared, that means 2x minus 7 times itself exactly. All right, so 2x minus 7 times 2x minus 7. So I don't have room to do what I did on the other one, so I'm going to just do it with my arrow. So the 2x has to multiply everything, and then the negative 7 has to multiply everything. So here goes the 2x. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared, and 2x times negative 7 is minus 14x. So there's the 2x, it's gone through. And now the negative 7 is going to do that. So negative 7 times 2x, there's another negative 14x. And negative 7 times negative 7 is plus 49. So 4x squared minus 28x plus 49. All right, so FOIL, you might have heard of FOIL at some point. It's an acronym, and it's a way that helps some students when you have to multiply two binomials. It only works for the two binomials. In our examples, there were two cases of binomial times a binomial. Okay. So the FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. So first means you multiply the two things in the first positions. So in this case, I have 3x plus 2 times x minus 5. So my two firsts are 3x and x. So 3x squared. My outers would be a 3x and a negative 5. So 3x times negative 5, so that would be negative 15x. Inner, 2 times x. And then last would be the 5 times negative 2. 5 times negative 2, negative 10. So if I wrote all those down, I have first, outer, inner, last, and then we can combine our like terms. So 3x squared minus 13x minus 10. Okay. You don't have to do it that way. You can always just do the distribution method that I showed you first. There are some special products that I wanted to show you. The first one is difference of squares. So right now I have x plus 6 times x minus 6. So these are called conjugates of one another. It'll come up again later. Conjugates means we have the same terms, but the sign in the middle is different. So let's just see what happens when we multiply these. So x times x for x squared, outer, x times negative 6x, so minus 6x. Inner, I'm going to get a plus 6x. And then last, I'm going to get a minus 36. So when I go to collect my like terms, do you see what's going to happen? So my x squared is still there, but I have minus 6x plus 6x. Those go away. They're exactly opposite of each other. And I just get my minus 36. So when we have this conjugates that we're multiplying, x plus 6 times x minus 6, look what happens at the end. This is called x squared minus 36 is an example of a difference, the subtraction of squares. X squared, right, this is square, and 36 is squared. It's 6 squared. Okay. So in general, here are our conjugates. X plus y times x minus y equals x squared minus y squared. Okay. And then the other one, the other special product, is a squared binomial. So we did one of these up at the top. Here's another example, x plus 10 quantity squared. So this means, right, x plus 10 times x plus 10. We're going to go ahead and do it out. So we'll get x squared plus 10x plus another 10x plus 100. Or, right, once we combine like terms, x squared plus 20x plus 100. Well, I want you to take a look at that pattern between those two. Okay. So I have the x squared, but that 20x, right? So you can't just drop the 2 in and square things. That's not one of our exponent properties because I have the plus. So if I have a binomial that I'm squaring, it's always going to lead to a trinomial because you're going to need that middle term. So in general, if you have a plus b, here's our binomial squared, that is equal to a squared plus 2 times a times b, because that outer inner is going to match up, my 10x and 10x, and then plus b squared. Okay? So let's just make sure that that's going to work for what we had right here. So a would be played by x, and b is being played by 10. So if I just follow the pattern of x plus 10 squared, it would say I want x squared plus 2 times x times 10 plus 10 squared. So there's my x squared, there's my 20x, and there's the 100. Okay? So here's the next one. If I have, it's kind of the same, I'm scoring a binomial, but now I have a minus in there. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do the general one, and then we're going to come over here and we're just going to write it down, and then I'll leave it to you to do it longhand to verify. So a minus b quantity squared equals a squared minus 2 times a times b plus b squared. Okay, so a is being played by 3x, b is being played by -4. So our pattern says, okay, well, I should have a squared, so 3x squared, so 9x squared, square them both, and then minus 2 times 3x times 4, and then plus b squared. Okay. I know I'm being kind of footloose with my signs there. If I use b as being -4, then I could just do this a plus and move the minus over there, but hopefully I didn't lose you on that one. So now I'm just going to do some tidying here. 9x squared, what do we have in there? 6 times 4 is 24x. And then end with a 16. And again, you do not have to follow the pattern, but it's nice to know that it exists. You could have just written that out twice and foiled.